Hello everybody, welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. Okay, so I hope you had a very nice weekend. And yeah, let's start as usually with the DXY at the monthly chart. So last week I was saying that we had a high chance that we could go to the downside, which is now presenting itself. We have that monthly bearish impulsive candle, and we will close almost at the end of the month. So this will be a monthly bearish impulsive candle close, which is a nice indication for more downside momentum. As you can see, we were here also at these highs and sellers kicked in, sellers are kicking in. So we can expect a very big push to the downside from that monthly bearish candle close for another bearish month. So if I look back to history, I was saying last week that this was also a clear selling zone here. Sellers are kicking in, sellers, and then what I can now see is at that second black horizontal line here, we have here clear buyers, very big impulse, buyers, impulse. We have here that resistance, clear supply and demand, so sellers, if we are under it. So now we are having again the buyers, and here also enough buyers. So that's what I expect, that we can come back till this monthly horizontal black line at the minimum. So that's what I can see right now on the DXY. If I go to the weekly, then we can see we have two very big bearish candle closes as an indication for more downside momentum. So if I go now to the daily to have a clearer bias, then I can see we clearly broke our last higher low here. This was our high, we broke it impulsively. So what I can see right now is we can make a reversal pattern in the form of a shoulder one, head, shoulder two, what I was saying last week. What I can also see is that we can maybe have here that bearish W, and what we have here between that two bearish candles, we have one blue candle. This is working like a magnet, so the price will more likely to come to this institutional candle, and which is aligning with that monthly horizontal black line. So I expect that the price can come to this zone and maybe have here some difficulties and then go to the downside, or we break it and we make that reversal pattern and make here a 4-hour pattern for more downside momentum. So that's what I can see on the DXY for now. So the 4-hour on the DXY is not that clear for me. As you can see, we need to have some more development. So now I will go to the trades or pairs that I had in mind this week. So the first one is GBPCHF. So if I go to the monthly, yeah, what you can see is, okay, we are at a clear monthly buying zone, and this can be a shoulder one, head, shoulder two. The only thing that is very nice to see is we had that impulse corrective nature counter to the trend. So that's the thing that's an indication that we can go to the upside, but we can definitely go more to the downside. So if I go now to the weekly, then you can see every time we tap this trend line, this descending trend line, we went very impulsively to the downside, very impulsively, very impulsively. So yeah, that's nice to see that we can have some more downside momentum. So if I look to now this weekly candle close, this is also very bearish. We were making this natural W here, same lows here, we expect same highs, and we went to the downside. So we can have more downside momentum from that point. So if I go to the daily, then I can see that we have a pattern. We have that bearish W here for more downside momentum. So I drew my Fibonacci from the high to the low here, and we have here a nice rejection of that daily zone of interest, which was here clear support, 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 very big support region here, which can act like resistance, which we did. We rejected from that with a bearish candle close. So that's an indication that this is also a daily supply and demand zone. If I go to the 4-hour, then what I want to see is we touch this daily zone of interest, and after that I want to see a pattern. And what I can now see is that we can have a possible bearish W here, like this. Then I can take my entry like this on that first leg here again, and then with a stop loss above these highs with a 4% till a daily TP like this. This will be my daily TP 4%. If we have a smaller bearish W like this, if it closes like this, so we have it now, and then one close below, and immediately we can go back up. Then I will place my trade here because this is just a false break of that zone, and we can target the beginning of correction with a heavy wide stop loss. So like this can be then another trade. So yeah, that's what I can see on GBPCHF. We need to have some more development. Then the next trade is EURGBP on the monthly chart. If I refresh the chart, what you can see is I drew this descending trend line for having a kind of bias on that part, and we are at a clear buying zone. As you can see, buyers are kicking in, but which was very nice to see was this first touch, second touch, and the third touch is always the impulsive one, which reject a lot of times on that trend line, the third touch of the trend line. So what we can see right now is we have that monthly bullish candle close, so we can close much higher this month. So that's what we need to see further. If we go to the weekly, then you can see that we are breaking this, this descending channel here. This was our descending channel here that was holding the price down for about, yeah, from April till April 2022, so 1 year. So that's 1 year of deceleration with the trend. This was deceleration with the trend. So yeah, and now we are breaking it. So what I can see right now is we have that possible bullish M here, or that possible shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2, which just didn't tap. So what I can see right now is we have that weekly bullish candle close as an indication. I went to the daily chart, then I saw, okay, if we have a weekly bullish candle close, we can look for a pattern, and that's that bullish M here. So what I can also see is we have that resistance here, and now that support. So we have that clear supply and demand zone. So if I look then to the 4-hour, then what I want to see is after our touch of our daily zone of interest, we can look for a pattern. And what I want to see is a push to the upside, break this institutional candle here. So we can have that shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2, then I can take my trade like this, limit like this, stop loss below that zone. Then I can target the daily TP for around 6.08. So I will take enough space from that head like this. 25 pips will be enough on this trade, or like this, something like this. So that's what I want to see on EURGBP. And the next trade is AUDCHF. If I go to the monthly chart right now, you can see we are at a selling zone. We are making that kind of bearish W. This can also be same lows. We expect same highs. So a natural W on the monthly with very big sellers kicking in from that point. So we are also making right now that deceleration box here with a monthly bearish candle close already with a big rejection. So that's an indication. If I go to the weekly, then you can see we were making this kind of bearish W here, which completed. We went to till the beginning of correction, and then we went to the downside. So we have now that weekly bearish candle close. We are below that selling zone, so we can have a test of that zone and then some sellers kicking in. So then I went to the daily chart because we have a weekly bearish candle close, and I saw a possible bearish W. Here is our bearish W for more downside momentum. So what I can see already on the 4-hour, what I want to see is that this can be a false break. So the next candle that forms, if it closes like this below it, then I will take it like a deceleration. So if we close one candle like this, bearish candle, then I will take my trade here because this is a deceleration with a fake out of that zone. So stop loss above the highs. And then we can target the daily TP like this, stop loss wide enough, because deceleration around 4%, like this, then it will be okay. So that's what I want to see on AUDCHF. Then the next one is EURCAD. If I go to the monthly chart, what I can see is we are at a very big buying zone. If I look back at 2005 here, 2006, we had that very big impulse here also, 2007, very big impulse. So there is a very big zone where the buyers are sitting at here also. When we are below with sellers, here again buyers, and we are now sitting at that zone again. So that's nice to see that we are at that zone again. So we are now also making that monthly bullish candle, not the close yet, but the chance is very high that this will be a monthly bullish candle close. We are almost at the end of the month. So if I go now to the weekly, what I can see right now is we had here the clear descending channel here, like this, with the trend very correctively, which is an indication. So we are now breaking out of that. So we made that bullish candle close. We can make that possible shoulder one, head shoulder two possible. So then I went to the daily chart, and what I can see is already that we had here that bullish M, and we are rejecting that 61.80. So that's a sign for me. Okay, I can look for a pattern. The chance is also high that we can make here that corrective nature till that weekly shoulder one, head shoulder two. That's possible, but I will look now for a trade on that pair because we have here a kind of deceleration box that can play out on the 4 hours. So if we have deceleration at the 61.80 or under it, just under it, then it's okay. So what we have now is 1 for our retrace candle, 1, 2, the third, and on the fourth one, I want to take my limit like this, stop loss wide enough, and till the daily TP, the round number to the downside is 1.3875. So for around 4% like this. So this can be a nice limit. And what we can also see is we have here also that first touch, second touch, third touch. So we have here a bull flag forming, kind of bull flag. So yeah, I will take that trade because yeah, it's looking nice. We had that 61.80 touch with deceleration. We have the descending trend line third touch. So yeah, I will take this trade. So the next one and the last one is GBPCAD. So on the monthly chart, what we can see is at the monthly chart, we are again at the monthly very big buying zone. As you can see, this was also clear resistance here, resistance, resistance, and we have here clear support, very big wicks, support, support, and again support. We are at that very big buying zone. So then I went to the weekly chart, and I saw we are closing above with a weekly bullish candle close. So then I went to the daily chart for a pattern, and what I can see on the daily is that bullish M here. So we are now at the daily zone of interest, at that institutional candle zone here. So then I went to the 4-hour chart to see a kind of pattern. And what I want to see here is we are now at the daily zone of interest. And what I want to see is a close above that lower high institutional candle. So then we change from structure and from trend. And then we can have that possible shoulder one, head, shoulder two. So then I can take my long like this and to the daily TP right here, stop loss under this head like this for around 4.15% like this. So yeah, this trade, we need to have some more patience. So that's what I can see for this week. There will coming some new trades this week also, but these are the major ones that I have in mind this upcoming week. So yeah, have a nice trading week, guys, and see you next week. Bye.